Hello everyone, my name is Cheryl Wright. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from northeastern Montana, and we're going to do a project today called a side fold card. It's what I call it. I'm sure there's other people that call it different, but it's kind of a fun fold, and we're going to be using products from the January-June 2021 mini catalog. We're going to be using the Ice Cream Corner Suite. And we're going to be using the paper, and we're going to be using the punch and the stamp set, and we're going to use some of the ribbon. We're not using any of the sprinkles on this project, but I have used the sprinkles on other projects. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We will be using a couple other products as well. First off, we're going to start with a piece of Blackberry Bliss. And this piece is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 4 1/4 and at 5 1/2. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to bend this over, and you can score either using a Stampin' Up's paper trimmer, or you can use it using Stampin' Up! Simply Scored tool. Either one works, or whatever else that you have handy at your disposal. So I'm going to line up those. I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I'm going to fold my card. There we go. This is going to be the front of our card, and we're going to this is going to go this way, so it's kind of a smaller fold card. I don't want to get it to pop open quite as much quite yet. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add tear and tape, and you can use whatever you want, but I'm going to use tear and tape because it's going to have a little wear and tear on this hinge. And I'm just going to put it on the inside toward the fold line. And I got a little extra. I'll just stick it there. If you have nails, you can pull off the backing. Snips work. Any kind of take your pick tool. So we're going to go ahead and close that. So now our card is going to open this way. All right, so next we're going to take a piece of Designer Series paper, DSP. This is the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper, and this has got cool cone stuff on it, but I'm going to use this, and I'm going to mount it right here. So I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal out, and I am going to just add Stampin' Seal. If it doesn't take right away, you just have to pull it with your finger a little bit, and it will go ahead and go. I like the tape runner because it's fast. You can use any of our other adhesives or any adhesive that you have that you prefer. Everyone has a different preference, it seems. So there you go. And we're going to take, this was 4 by 4, and we're going to take a 1 inch by 4 inch piece, and it's actually the flip side of a different paper, but anyway, we're going to use the sprinkle side, and we're going to put it right here. I am going to use the Stampin' Seal again, and try to line it up so that it kind of lines up with this one. Oops. There you have it. Now you can have these matching, but I like the opposite look of them. You could put notches here to hold your ribbon, but you don't have to either. Let me see here what we have going on. All right. I'm trying to follow the directions of the tutorial I wrote to make sure that they match, so that's why. So next, I cut out 2 different size rectangles from the stitched rectangles, and I used the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we are going to stamp on this, and we are going to stamp Happy Birthday. With the photopolymer stamps, a lot of times they work better if they have a little cushion under them. So this is just a paper piercing mat. You can use foam. You can use anything you'd like. but it just gives it a cleaner impression if you're having issues. If you don't ever have issues, don't worry about it. Maybe you have enough give in your table or whatever. So I'm just going to ink up, tap, 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 happy birthday. Without getting my head in the camera, I'm going to stamp this, and there you have it. That Blackberry Bliss is so rich. I love this color. Love, love, love this color. So I'm going to let that dry just a little bit. We'll add some adhesive. Again, I'm just using Stampin' Seal because it's quick. I could use the tear and tape. I'm going to move this out of the road. And go ahead and line it up. You could make a smaller rectangle depending on what sentiment you were planning on using. But the happy birthday needed a big one. So we're adding our pieces up very nicely. While we're going to now make an ice cream cone, and I am going to use the paper, the Designer Series paper. You could also stamp these and then do this, stamp them and then punch them out. But for time's sake, I am just going to go ahead and use the Designer Series paper. The Designer Series paper is retiring. The punch and stamp set are not. So if you like this paper, you need to get it sooner than later. Otherwise, it will be gone. Excuse me, I needed a drink of water. So there's the cone. And then we're going to use some of this paper. If you got the paper pack, I might try 3. Let's see here. Let's see if we can do 3. This is kind of a strawberry mango, maybe? Oh, I don't want that. Strawberry mango. So there's 1 scoop. And then let's try huckleberry. Huckleberry would be good, right? If you're a Montana person like myself, you've probably had huckleberry ice cream. I'm just finding a place to punch this on this larger sheet of paper. Oh, there we go. So now we have 2 scoops, and there's 1 more color I can add. It's that green. Let's see, that would be kind of a lime sherbet, maybe? Do you think? I don't know if I've cut any of these, punched any of these out yet. So let's get one that's got a little bit of both. There. All right, so we're done with the punch. Got all kinds of colors in there. We got our ice cream still. What I like to do to build my ice cream, and let's just see how this, if this is going to be too tall. Let's see here. So you have to watch that hinge, and this is big. We might only be able to use 2 of them. All right, we're only going to use 2 of them. I think these would not fit over on the hinge. All right, so we're going to build, we could go up high and have it come up. But either way you slice it, we're only going to get 2 on there. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just playing. Nope. I'm just going to do 2. So which 2 do we like best? I think this one worked well. These 2 are too similar. And maybe we'll use these 2. We'll set this one aside for another project. All right, so I like to just take a piece of scrap paper and put some tear and tape on it to build my cone, so it ends up being one piece instead of 3 individual pieces that you're building on. I don't know if it makes any sense to you, but it made sense in my brain. So I'm just using a scrap from cutting off something else. So there we have that one. And then I think we'll do the lime. I don't know what the blue would be. Blue raspberry. There we go. There we have our ice cream. All right, and now we're going to take this. We're going to use some dimensionals. And my little ones are the ones I'm grabbing today for some reason. They're floating on top of the adhesive bucket, I guess. Some days it's the big ones, some days it's the little ones. So, oh, that one doesn't. And I'm going to put this toward the bottom. Happy birthday. And we're going to go over to the side a little bit. We'll try that. And then we're going to take this, and now that it's just one piece you have to mess with, we're going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm just going to cut a chunk off the side of my dimensionals. I use every piece of my dimensionals. So let's see here. We got to keep it away from that crease. We're going to move this over. I did not push it down. So we're going to move this over and down. So I can have this kind of come over there. And it's okay if it covers up a little bit of the H. There. Happy birthday. Now, the only other thing we have to do on the front is we're going to take our ribbon, and this is some of that Blackberry Bliss ribbon, and we're going to just tie it over on this side. Like I said, you could put notches in it with a punch of some kind, or even with your scissors, or you could just let it lay there. Either way works. And put the ribbon where you'd like it to go. Maybe in the middle, maybe at the top. Let's just see. I think I kind of like it in the middle. So there's that. Now we need to do the inside of the card. So I'm going to get out our 4x4 piece of white. And we're going to do Hope It's Sweet with Blackberry Bliss. So it's happy birthday, hope it is sweet. And we're going to stamp some ice cream in here also. So hopefully we can get this straight-ish. And then we're going to go ahead and use the ice cream. And as much as I like the Blackberry Bliss, the last time I used it full strength for an ice cream cone, it got a little dark. So I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm going to go under the words. There's that one. And I just got a big blob of purple Blackberry Bliss on my fingers. So next we're going to go ahead and clean this off with our chamois. And I'm going to use, let's go ahead and use terracotta tile. I could have used that other one that I stamped. Terracotta tile, I said. And we're going to stamp this one off also. We're going to use a mask. I want that top one to look like the top one. So we're going to mask it just a little bit. And then this will look like it's underneath it. And I forgot to stamp it off, so it's full strength. And then we're going to take the mask off. And we're going to put it on the terracotta tile. And we're going to go ahead and use cinnamon cider. And the cinnamon cider we're going to use for the cone, and we're going to stamp it off because we want the cone to be a lighter shade than the lines. And then we're going to add the lines full strength. And there you have it. There is the inside of our card. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to flip this over just in case there is some residual ink. And I'm just going to use the Stampin' Seal. And like I said, it's paper to paper, so we don't need to add a lot of adhesive. Open this up and give it about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, because that's how I make most of mine, not all of them, most of them. And there you have it. Happy birthday. You could add some embellishments. Some epoxy dots that are new that are coming out could go on there, or however else you would want to jazz this up. Otherwise, it's just perfect for a happy birthday. I hope you have a sweet day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.